Mary, hello again. What's up, Mary? Mary, yeah, 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 yeah. Allie the AI just dropped a like. The fairy got back. Oh dear. I'm working on a very. What is this? Very different computer right now. And I don't have the same level of real estate. So, just dropped a like. The fairy background behind you looks like you're standing in front of the sun. Hi, hope you're having a great stream. Eh. Sean, Sir Richard, Happy Christmas and Merry New Year. I don't celebrate Christmas. All right. Jace H5N has been timed out because he's being rude. He's probably one of Patrick's pukes. Unistri Otto, you are our king. Weird. Cloudy Gaze, go back to work. I just came from work. Sean, my bad. Prince Sheila Taylor. Hey man, haven't seen you in a while. Eh. Jared, how happy are you really? I never claimed to be happy at all. Unsterile audio. I will never abandon you again. Well, that's good to know. Did you abandon me in the first place? I didn't notice. Sean Calhoun, people will see if they look. You don't have to push it. Book. Screwdriver in jar. What did driver in jar say? I don't remember. Something stupid almost, certainly. I mean, Lester Chavez said something as well. Let's see. What did Lester say? Oh, come on, stupid computer. Come on, stupid computer. Lester Chavez is upset that I've been banging his mom. I see, yes. If you're still watching, Lester, yes, your mom is technically a woman. You know, I have this giant screen behind me, but like this is what I'm working on. Uncerolato, how to find a girlfriend. I'm not really good at that myself, but generally you have to be socially active for that, yes. LEAI, Richard, do you see the little logo before the message from Sean? YouTube did an update and the auto translate now. Um, no, I don't see a little logo. Jackson Attackson. Hey y'all, my 7-month-old baby is out of my formula. If anyone could help me, please let me know. I don't want money, just formula. Thank you. Happy holidays. Well, that's a little weird given the fact that we're nowhere near you. Noah Starf. Guess what, Rich? What? Sean Calhoun, you cannot hope to build a better world without improving the individuals. If men were perfect, any government would work. Mary Miss Rhoda Jackson, if you got to your local ER, they might be able to help you. Noah Starf, I have a 4.0 GPA in Hydes. Shungahoom, Sir Isaac Newton has the formula. Noah Starf, high school. You know, having a 4.0 in high school and having like $3 will get you a cup of coffee. Oh, you're so smart. Well, Unserial Audio Richard is an old German name used in England from the year 1066 to means powerful leader. Unserial Richard is a combination of the German words Reich and Ard. So essentially, Reich would be king or kingdom, and Ard would be hard. So strong king is the meaning of the name Richard. My middle name Leland is Gaelic for leader of the land, and my last name Neal is son of Niall, Niall of the Nine Hostages, who was a prehistoric Irish king. Noah Starf within IT Lowell. LEDAI retracted her message. Sean Calhoun, I have an ulcer, Richard, in Ireland. Your Uncle Richard in Ireland. Okay. I believe King Niall's burial mound is in Northern Ireland, though. The Neal Castle is in Ireland, as well as there is one in Scotland. And Nimbus is being weird. Uncertainty. Well, the important thing is that you are strong. Yes. Well, there's a truck driver who comes by. I think she almost exclusively takes empties to the port, and she's not strong enough to close all the empties because they're seagoing containers. Very hard to close. She's like, "Wow, you're strong." Like, meh. I think I'm just more observant. LEI, NGL, Noah, I think you use ChatGPT for high school. A 4.0 doesn't mean much anymore. No. Jose Cordero, if you only had one wish, what would it be? To think about that one. Live forever, maybe? No, Sarf didn't use Chat GPT. We have system to detect GPT. Yes, you do. But I mean, like it's easy enough to detect the banana option. Shagahoon, yes, I just received my DNA test results, and I'm Irish, Scottish, Welsh, English, and a bit Danish with Stardust. 5%. Okay. Buffalo Brando, yo, Richard, what did you have for lunch? I had chicken tenders. I was at my first job this morning, and they said, well, no one's coming to relieve you. How late can you stay? And I go, well, I can stay till 8 o'clock. So at 8 o'clock, I had chicken tenders, and then I had my second shift. Yes, Eva, that's your butt. Um, Heavy Pocket. Yesterday, I served my right wing neighbor's ice cream I made from my Mexican wife's breast milk. That's a thing, but that's more a left wing thing. Heavy Pocket. Left wingers are more likely to drink or to eat breast milk ice cream. Um, right wingers are more likely to actually drink the breast milk itself. Maria Pocket, that's gross. Is it though? Noah Starf, peace. Buffalo Blendo, Sean, you forgot to say homosexual. Okay, I did. Can moderators not time people out anymore? Because I mean, ah, if this guy is being offensive, Mary, what is going on with this stupid thing? Mike, hello, Richard. What's up, Mike? I'm working on the tiny computer right now. Okay, yes. Heavy Pocket is saying weird and disgusting things, and if he's saying offensive things, I don't know why my moderators aren't timing him out. Sean Buffalo Ish, yeah, I forgot about that. And how about you, Buffalo Brendo? Same. Uncerrado, so you don't miss nine something. So you don't miss the 90s? No, not really. The 90s sucked. Mike said hello, yes. Eh. Sean, cool. Thanks. Thank you for supporting our service. Lab Retriever Friend. Have you considered judo chopping a retail worker? No, I've never considered that. I don't generally go to the store where I'd want to judo chop people. Heavy Pocket is laughing because he's a douche. Shangahoon, whoever is delighted to be in solitude must be a wild beast or a god. I feel like I've lost part of the conversation here, but okay. VM, sorry Neil, Heavy Pocket's mom was blowing me under the desk. No. She's only good at it when she takes her teeth out. LVAI, your moderators don't have all the chat messages turned on, only top messages. Okay. Unsterile audio, where were you on 9/11? I was in this house. I was in bed, or I was sleeping in a chair when the news broke. My brother-in-law woke me up, and then I got a phone call that I had to go to work to assist in the evacuation of the Department of Public Works. And then after I evacuated the Department of Public Works, I stood guard at Lucian Chemical. Or Lucian something or other. Chungahoon, I liked and subbed. Alan Sidney something. Good, yes. Heavy Pockets. Vimbro, my mom has herpes. Well, yeah, I mean, you can use a condom when she gives you a blowjob. It's not that hard to deal with. Ojo, Allie, you're right. Just turn that off and Heavy Pocket popped up. Valencia, speak Spanish. VM, did Jimmy and your father get along? So far as I'm aware. Mike, anyone heard from Philip? Yeah. He graduated, or well, he said he was going to graduate. I don't believe there's a ceremony at this time of year. You'll have to wait till the summer, but that was the last I heard from him. Mary, haven't seen Philip for the last couple of streams. Well, I mean, I've been texting him back and forth. Re-up, Santa lives in Lapland and he delivers all the presents. People who say he isn't real are haters. Look, dude, my dad really thought he was Santa Claus. He made my brother into an elf, and he thought he was going to unite the gangs of Los Angeles with his Merry Christmas powers. N8 Dog, what's up, Callie? You still working like 10 jobs, brother? I only work 2. 8 shifts a week, not including YouTube. Heavy Pockets, my mom transitioned to a man. Well, she's still got no teeth and likes to give blowjobs, dude. I mean, Regans, is this Diddy? Nah. Unsterile audio, Richard, would $1 million fix your problems if used properly? I mean, you know, it would delete my worries. Let's just put it that way. Sean Cahoon, $5. Please be careful, safe, and enjoy. Thank you, Sean. Re-up, did you grow up in LA? Yep, born and raised. I was, so far as I'm aware, born in Kaiser Bellflower, and I have lived in Whittier all of my life. Mike, I'm thinking about putting gifts on roof and a Santa suit tour up in the backyard with Pitbull. It doesn't sound very good for the Pitbull. Ramus Rhoda, thank you, Sean. Lazzarato, how many hours do you work per week? My minimum is 64, which is not that much. But it generally runs between 74 and 80. I mean, let's see. This week, I had an additional... One of my 8s was turned into a 12 at 68. One of my 8s was turned into a 16. 76, and then I got an additional 3. So I got 79 hours this week. N8 Dog, how far you live from LA or San Francisco? I live in LA County, so I'm a while from San Francisco. Shagahoon, what are you drinking in that jar? This is a Storm Mango. They were on sale, 69 cents at the market. N8 Dog, NM Lowell. Re-up, whoa, I'm in the UK. A lot of their movies I grew up watching are in LA. Yeah, I mean, a lot of screenwriters out here, so, and like if you set a movie out here, this is where we film them. So yeah. Unsterile Audio, 80 hours a week must be lucrative. Yeah, I mean, it's not like really good money, but it's solid money. I mean, let me put it to you this way. I'm considering buying a $600 laptop. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, the processor's not to my liking, but it's just not that big of a deal to buy a $600 laptop anymore. It's like, I could buy it. If it's not a very good laptop, I will still get plenty of use out of it. But, I mean, it's not a huge decision at this point, but it's just the question is, do I want to buy that laptop or do I want to save the money for something more important? And the answer is I probably want to save the money for something more important. Shangahoon, I'm 63, disabled, and tired. Well, you know what I say. No matter how much sleep I get, I'm still tired of the bullshit. Lesser Audio, I hope you have time to sleep between shifts. It's one of those things. There are 2 hard days I have a week where there's supposed to be 4 hours between shifts. And the problem is Monday, I start at 9 in the morning, I get off at 5 in the afternoon, and then I start at 9 at night again. And the issue with that is that I come out of Los Angeles at 5 o'clock. So the traffic is so terrible that it's like an hour, 20-minute drive, as opposed to it being like a half-hour drive. So, I mean, it's like, yeah, you barely get home and it's almost time to go back to work. Shagahoon, Storm Mango, and vodka? No, it's just Storm Mango. I mean, technically I am on camera, so I can drink, but I don't. I mean, it's like they just got hard coffee at my local market. And I'm like, yeah, I really want that, but I don't think I should buy it. Unsterile Audio, do you take caffeine to deal with the long days? Yes, I do. That's why I have a Storm Energy in here. And I generally drink Zip Fizz, which is it's a dry powder that you put into water. And I mean, I can store a lot of them on me. So if I need more, I can just get more. That's just why. And they run a little over $1 each. You know, this was 69 cents, but you know, it's one of those things. Like Zip Fizz is a little better for me. But yeah, I mean, I have to admit here that I am suffering from a chemical addiction to caffeine. Okay. The difference between a chemical addiction and a psychological addiction is that with a chemical addiction, you start to experience discomfort if you don't have it. So yeah, I mean, I really have to start planning detox, and I have to, you know, be cognizant of all that. And I'm going to have a really nasty detox. I'm going to be in a lot of pain. But I mean, you know, one of those things. Apparently, according to the show House, we Ashkenazi are actually very tolerant of pain. So, yeah, which makes evolutionary sense given our background. Oh, Ria, I remember the Nakatomi Plaza tragedy. Yeah, Die Hard. Shangahoon, tired as a dog. Uncerlado, do you take care? Read that. Buffalo Brendo, Richard, would you consider yourself an ox or a bull? I mean, I don't think I'm a bovine of any kind, really. I mean, if I had to go by characteristics, an ox is, I believe, is more mellow. So I'm more of an ox, but angry man today. Hello, friend. I must confess that I just woke up with a chubby and need some jack material. Thank you. Well, that's not gay at all. I mean, seriously, is your name Patrick? Because I'm sure that Patrick, if he were to see this video, he would definitely get a chubby and he'd definitely milk it. Because that's just what he does. I mean, he milks it to fat men. That's his thing. I mean, look, guys, let's be clear on one thing. You know, I know that other men, have their hand to me. That's that's people that wanted to do that was actually one of the motivations behind one of my channels, Richard's Fat Man Getting Fit, where I do videos with my shirt off because that's what they wanted to see, and I didn't want their gay comments, which were rather crass, offending my other viewers. That's why I have that channel, is so that it's like, okay, you guys can go be over here and you could be as nasty as you want to without offending other people. It's just like I don't have a problem with that. I'm not concerned with what men do, even what men do when they're looking at me. I don't want them to offend my other viewers. So it's just, it's like, hey, it's one of those things. Like, there's a woman at my work who's quite attractive, and she's a lesbian. She's engaged to another woman. And I mean, it's like, I would be surprised if the other men that work with her, don't like get around every now and again and say, wow, she's, really attractive. And they don't do that every now and again. It's just, it would be weird if they didn't, because she's such an attractive woman. But, the thing about that is you don't go talking about it. That's rude. Like, I actually used to know this girl, and she was gorgeous back in the day. She's aged quickly. And I mean, she's one of those people where it's like, she's pretty till she opens her mouth, And I mean, it's like, yeah, she actually had a date where the guy said, I'm going to masturbate to you later. And she's like, ew. It's not the kind of thing that you talk about. And again, that's one of those reasons why I do have Richard's Fat Man Getting Fit as a channel, because there's a cat on my shoulder. Nimbus, no, come here. Because that's where you talk about that kind of stuff, And I have to admit one thing: like, in my family, we have no filter. We have no filter. My dad used to talk to me about how he used to have sex with my stepmother. He talked to me about his experience having sex with my own mother, which I felt was very rude of him. And my sister actually talked to me about having anal sex with her husband. Okay. Which, given the fact that my sister has really bad hemorrhoids, is an extremely disgusting topic to me, at least. I mean, I don't know if, like, other people are like, oh, I talked to my sister about that. I was like, no, I don't want to hear about that. And mind you, my sister, I don't believe she's quite gotten to 300 pounds But she's a big girl, you know. I'm a big dude. She's a big girl. Nimbus, what did you do? Eva, stay away from my drink. So yeah, like I say, in my family, I mean, nothing is taboo to talk about. You know, I will admit, like when I was injured very badly, and it compromised my immune system. And and I wound up with a terrible case of jock itch because of it. You know, just my body couldn't fight it off. And my brother was all laughing at me. He's like, "Yeah, next time stay away from the skank." It's like it's not a skank thing, Paul. It's an immune system thing. Being with skank is not what caused that. Sean Calhoun, Richard, how bad is the traffic? Absolutely horrible. There's an accident every day, maybe two. Eh. Why is it that every time I move the mouse on this computer, something weird pops up? And Eva just crawled in my lap. Unserial audio. All women are attractive in their own way. Yeah. And all women are ugly in their own way. I mean, just, you know, I used to work with a guy. He was a real nice dude, but he was from Africa. And, you know, it's like in Africa, the bigger a woman is, the more attractive she is. He says, because the big women are relaxed. And like there was this one woman, he tried to get with her, and she flat out turned him down because he was black, you know. And then it's like, you know, later she changed her mind. She was feeling lonely, and he's like, you know, look, you turned me down because of the color of my skin, you know, and that really put me off you. Sean Gahoon, what happened to the gorgeous lady? You, the one from my work, she's still there. The one I'm talking to, or the one I knew in college, um, she's just one of those women that you don't want to be friends with because you don't know what you're going to get. You know, 1 minute you give her a compliment and she's like, "Oh, thank you," and the next time you talk to her, she's like, you know, boundaries. It's like, you know, that was the thing. I made a comment that was probably inappropriate. I said that, you know, we were talking about superpowers. I said, I think your superpower is to cure erectile dysfunction. And she's like, you know, boundaries. It's not about our relationship. And I didn't say it, but I thought like, you know, you told me how you lost your virginity. So no, that's not a boundary. If you want to be like, I mean, like Grant, she told me that she lost her virginity when she was single, and she was married when I made that comment. But I mean, we had known each other for more than 10 years at that point. And I was like, you know, I mean, I thought she would be flattered. But, you know, it's basically speaking, she was only worth talking to if she was single. And she wasn't the kind of woman you would keep. You know, she's the kind of woman that's fun to have for the evening, but you wouldn't want to be in a relationship with her. You know, it's just one of those things. Buffalo Brando, you act like all I want to do is zoom, zoom, zoom in the boom, boom. Jeff, hey Richard, nice to see you. What's up, Jeff? Unserial Audio, please like the stream to make our boy Richard happy. Ball Juice of Zeus, goddamn. Panasonic Tooth, boing. Ball Juice of Zeus, Richard has a game. What? Or has game. Not sure what you're referring to. Unserial Audio, good pick. pickup line, Richard. Ed Destroyer is a compliment. You guys want to know a really great tag team pickup line? Um, you know, you have your friend walk up to some girl and say, "Hey, doesn't she look like so and so?" The name is not important. Like, doesn't she look like Sarah? And you'd be like, "Nah, bro, she's way hotter than Sarah." Generally, if she's single, you got a good in there. Women like compliments. Dan did Disco Man 420. Hey man, it's Disco Dan. I just want you to know that I love you and God bless you and your family no matter what life throws at you. Disco Dan's got your back. I am too sexy for your party. Too sexy for your party. No way I'm Disco dancing. Answer audio, no need to apologize. Her loss. Eh. You know, like I say, every time I thought about making a move on this chick, she'd just say something so stupid. And then, like, I don't like smokers. It's just one of those things about me. I don't like women that smoke. At the time, when I was in my 20s, like, I wouldn't go anywhere near you if you smoked. Now it's like, okay, look, just brush your damn teeth. Some women who smoke, yeah, they have to shower. Like, I knew this one girl who smoked, and like, she just, like, her whole body reeked of cigarettes. And like, if she were as attractive at now as she was at the time, I would be like, okay, look, I can't take that smell. You're going to have to shower. But like, that's kind of a thing of the past. Unsurrido, no need. Jim, my FedEx driver is a drug dealer and he doesn't even know it. Aren't all FedEx drivers drug dealers? Well, they're drug deliverers anyway. Shagahoon, Jim H, he is a drug mule. Yeah. Ball Juice of Juice, Richard, what was your Heine rate? What was her Heine rating out of 10? Well, when I met her, she was 17, so I didn't look at that Heine. But like, the last time I actually saw the Heine, like, it was a 9.5. I mean, it was a Polish girl. They have great Heine. They really do. Chungahoon. What they? Let's scroll down. Scroll another one. I think one of my cats just pooped. Is it okay to have standards? It is okay to have. Yes, it is. Yes, one of my cats definitely pooped and is now covering it up. I love the Polish. We are all citizens of the world. Nick Hornberger, you look like a Biff from Back to the Future. Get your eyes checked. But a strange thing did happen to me the other day, or a couple, last month. I was checking some driver in, and I had to see the driver's license. And I said, "Yeah, your driver's license says Mexico." And he says, "Yes, I was born here, but I grew up in Mexico." And I said, "Well, I mean, we're all citizens of the world." And he says, "Well, that's a beautiful thought." I was like, I don't know how beautiful it is. It's definitely a true thought. We are citizens of the world, are we not? I love your stories. You should tell them in your videos. Um, I do, don't I? Do you watch my videos on Sterile Audio? Because I don't see you commenting a lot if you do. Um, but no, I tell anecdotes all the time. I mean, the best place to go for anecdotes is probably Letters to Cassie and other folks. Not the channel because I don't have a lot of content on that, but the actual blog. And I mean, I write down almost everything that happens in me, or at least I try to. Shagahoon, when are women are from Mars, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. That is a book. Danny TJ, I like making coffee from hot dog water in my coffee pot. That's disgusting. What's wrong with you? Jim, I got one of the Japanese toilets with all the bells and whistles. It's changed my world. So you got the Japanese toilet that has the camera so you can look at your butt while you're washing it. And it has a butt dryer. Like, have you guys seen like the hand dryers, the public restrooms? Like, Japanese toilets have a butt dryer. You can actually dry your butt after you use the bidet. Shagahoon, Japanese toilet is different? Yeah. Well, yes and no. In Japan, they have a lot. I mean, the Japanese are far more conscious of disease than we are. And, they really work to keep things clean. So, no, Nimbus. No, Nimbus. Nimbus. Shut down my computer. But yeah, Japanese toilets are far more robotic and advanced. I once saw a documentary on one, and mind you, this was like 20 years ago. Like, I was still in college when this happened. This work environment had this toilet. They had this toilet where, like the bidet was a wand that stuck out, and you could actually control it from a control panel. It would move like back and forth and up and down so that you could wash your butthole. And like this toilet, it had an air dryer for your rump, and it actually had an alarm that would go off if you spent too long in the bathroom. Ball Juice of Juice, hottest female celebrity. Dude, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of partial to Scarlett Johansson, but I mean, I don't think Gabriella Reese is as attractive as she used to be. But Millie Bobby Brown is a little too bony for me. Jim, I got a butt dryer, but not the camera, so some of the bells and whistles. Yeah. Well, I mean, Think Doom, join the Imperium, fight for the God Emperor. Shagoon, steam cleaner and blow dryer for toilet. Yeah. Danny, I just hire a guy to wipe my rusty sheriff's badge. Ew. What does he wipe it with? Paul Joseph Seuss, what about Prime Jessica Biel? Or Prime Halle Berry? I don't remember what Jessica Biel looks like. Halle Berry, again, a little too fit, too skinny for me. I mean, attractive woman, but Jessica Biel, I don't remember that. Mike, in Myrtle Beach, some bathrooms have a guy who sit there, hands you soap and paper towels, and sprays you with cologne. Yeah. It's called a steward. One of the things that is kind of a question exactly what did the groom of stool do in medieval times? And the groom of stool literally carried an actual stool, and it was a stool with cabinets in it where the toilet paper or toilet cloth was kept because the king was, of course, a king. And it's like he was the guy. The king would be like, "Groom of stool, please bring me my stool," and he'd bring his stool, and the royal highness needs to empty his hiney. We don't know if the groom of stool actually wiped the king. I mean, a 99% possibility that it happened at some point, depending upon the king. But that was a thing. Mike, do they only get paid by tips? No, normally they're an hourly employee as well, but their hourly rate is rather low. At the club where I work, there is a gentleman. I mean, not only does he hand you towels and such, but he has like Snickers bars that he gives people, which I think is gross. Sells cigarette. I mean, if you tip him, he'll give you a cigarette. Things like that. And again, this is all happening in the shitter. So weird. KJ Keeley, kind of blurry. Is that pizza in the background? No, this is actually golden trim from a Christmas tree at Southern California Edison. Trevor took stool sample for examination for King's Health. Danny, are you Chris Farley? Why did Chris Farley bang your mom? A to the G. Tips are crazy in USA. Yeah. Only in USA it's expected to give tips. Yeah, what it is that a couple of racists didn't want to pay their black people. So they said, you can work for tips. This backfired because tips wound up being rather lucrative. But I mean, that's something I really hate. Is that we expect people to get tipped, so that we don't pay them as well. Yes, you're a kitty. You're a kitty, Eva. One of the problems with being an American is that when it comes to something peculiar to America, normally racism isn't far behind it. It may not be motivated entirely by racism, but it generally tends to have sort of a racist nature to it. I mean, I'm in favor of all Americans being required to vote. That includes prisoners. Yes, me. A to the G. Let's be honest. The problem starts with J. Lord Ronnie. Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás? Okay, guys, we got about 10 minutes left. Don't know if. I mean, this computer is the one I purchased exclusively for taking to work. So, I mean, I'm thinking of buying another computer. Lord Ronnie, what's wrong with the cat? I don't know. She just seems to want to cuddle. Eva kind of switches between being like really social or just kind of pissing off. That's who she is. Eva, give me no joy. No joy, no joy, no joy, no joy, no joy. Eva's like, no, don't give me noodles. I don't want noodles. I tend to be really kind of hands on with my animals, so. Hey, hey, yeah, yo. Oh. My morning sun is a truck that brings me here. Ah! You know, it's like instead of putting another USB port on this little laptop, they put a frickin' HDMI output on it. And I'm like, why? I'd rather have another USB port. But I will admit, I'm at least using the HDMI. Right. So, guys, I mean, you're kind of leaving me hanging here. There's 5 of you watching. Nobody seems to be talking. Is it just me, or should I go? I mean, oh, again, I'm going to be honest. Live streaming isn't something I really enjoy. I mean, there are a couple of them I really enjoy, but I mean, it's something I mostly do because I believe my viewers enjoy it. So if you guys aren't there, I mean, there's not a lot of reason for me to keep going. That and my computer says that it needs to restart to secure the antivirus software. My morning sun is a truck that brings me here. When I was a very small boy, very small boys talked to me. Now that we've grown up together, they're afraid of what they see. Used to think that this day would never come. Okay. So yeah, all right. This line is basically dead. I'm gonna I'm gonna skedaddle. I mean, I got 5 minutes left anyway. I'll talk to you all later. I'm Richard.